Hey, what's up, YouTubers? So this is kind of cool. I just figured out a new camera angle I can do here in my pub. I got the camera sitting here on the tap handles, facing back. So anyway, kind of neat. I like this. I can even sit here on a stool and do a proper beer review. So this is a really exciting beer review. Again, it's another beer from Northern Rock Brewery, all the way from Norway, Tony Yates. This is his Munich Helles. Very, very excited about this because I have not brewed a Munich Helles this year, and it takes a while to brew these. It's a lager, and you can use a brewlosophy method, I guess, and do it in 3 weeks. But to do it right, you really, takes better part of 2 months to do this. So anyway, so happy that he sent me this because I just absolutely love Munich Helles. Ever since I had a really good one on top of the Zugspitz in Germany. But anyway, see, I got some baseball going on here in the background. This is a perfect beer to watch with baseball. So I'm gonna crack open to this and let you know how this Munich Helles is. Seeing as how good the last beer was, I know this is going to be very clean and very good. I remember when I did a Munich Helles, and I actually turned it in, I think, to the National Homebrew competition last year. Not this one that just met in Minneapolis, but the one in Baltimore. The Munich Helles came back, and it really got beat up. It got beat up because they said there was too much, whatever DMS is. It tastes like corn, I guess. I didn't really get it. I mean, I went back and read, and I guess that's a common occurrence that happens in a lot of Munich Helleses because you don't do a proper, I don't want to say it's diacetyl rest. It has something to do with the boiling time. You try to boil it longer to decrease the amount of dimethyl or whatever it is, whatever the DMS stands for. But if you don't do that, you can get this high corn taste. I thought, honestly, and I don't like try to pump up my own beers or anything, but I really thought that it tasted very close to some of the Helleses that I had in Germany. And if that's what that corn, tastes like, it was in those beers, and I really liked it. So I didn't really get too bent out of shape about it, but I'll obviously pay some more attention to it next time I brew one. So I'm gonna, wow, this thing's gonna have a nice, beautiful head on it. I'm trying to get in the spirit of a nice German, so a nice German beer. So I poured it in this little Hofbrau glass that I got while I was in Germany, I think. Anyway, just looking at this thing though, it's a gorgeous. You can see how clear it is. You can see my hands behind this thing. Look at that. This thing is very clear. I don't know if you can see it in the light there. Very clear beer. It has. I kind of poured it kind of slow. I should have poured a little bit more, but it had about a finger head on it. It's a very white, pillowy looking head. Looks just like a Munich Helles. Looks lovely. So let's go ahead and get a smell. Oh God, yeah, that is, Tony. I know this thing is gonna rock because the smell is straight up Munich Helles, just like I was in Bavaria. Oh God, I love this. My favorite Munich Helles is by a brewery called Augustiner. If you haven't had, they have an Augustiner Edelweiss or Edelstoff, and then they do a Munich Helles, and of course Hofbrau does a good one too. But anyway, yeah, this thing looks like a Helles. It smells like a Helles, and I'm pretty damn sure it's going to taste like a Helles too. So, cheers, Tony. Thanks again for the beers, man. I'll be saying that every single time. He sent me a lot. So the cool thing with a Helles is you got to be careful not to put too much bittering hops in it. This one does not have too much bittering hops. It's like perfect. You put enough in there just to cut the sweetness, and I'm just thinking about all the Munich Helleses that I've had in Germany, and then what I've read about them, and then they're supposed to have that noble hop floral character. This thing, oh, it's got that. The nose is amazing. It's got that kind of bready grain. It's really malt forward beer, which is surprising because it's a light beer. But if you've had a lot of Munich Helles, it's not like a typical lager. It's a lot more grainy. I don't know. It's a malt forward beer, believe it or not. Doesn't look like it would be one. Doesn't look like a malty beer, but it is. And this one here, oh, good, I have my glasses on. Let's see, he brewed this one in May, June, July. So it's about 2 months old. I'm assuming he used the Brewlosophy method because that's a pretty quick turnaround. Brewed with Pilsner, Munich, biscuit, malt. Oh, man, there must have been not very much biscuit malt because that's I think that's got a kind of a higher SRM, and melanoidin, which is kind of cool. So when you have a beer that doesn't have a lot of kind of heavy, powerful malts in it, melanoidin, a touch of melanoidin will kind of give you that malt fullness. Hops are 100% German Mittelfrucht, fermented with that's Hallertau, fermented with Southern German lager yeast, White Labs 838. So yeah, this is a freaking, I'm gonna remember that yeast and go back and check and see if the one that I did had that yeast in it. But this is a freaking solid, and it's certainly worthy of this glass. Solid Munich Helles. Man. All right, I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass, Tony, but dude, this is one of the best homebrews I've ever had. This is freaking phenomenal. And the reason I say that is because I know how hard it is to brew a Munich Helles. Some people say brewing IPAs are hard. I don't think so. I think you just throw a shitload of hops in them and you can mask some. You can't mask anything in this beer. You can't mask it from a visual standpoint. You can't mask it from an aroma standpoint, and you certainly can't mask it from a taste standpoint. If there's a flaw in it, it will freaking stand out because there's not a whole lot to work with. So you got to do everything right, and this is a freaking killer beer. All right, so I've pumped up Tony Yates enough. Awesome beer. If you hadn't been lucky enough to get any beers from him, you need to get on that. So he is in the States right now, circulating around the Northeast and an area of the country that has tremendous beers. So hope he's enjoying his vacation. Thanks again for the beer. I'm gonna kick back, watch the Nats. Hopefully, continue to put a whipping on Wally Feck's red. So, cheers, guys.